Good morning and welcome to another episode of Josh and Pat. I'm Joshua Klein, joined by Patrick Cassett. Heads, tails.
I like heads here, Josh.
It is heads. Ravens host a home game.
Just
it's
like
a
that.
vote that's being voted on as we speak right now. Basically, here's what's happening, Patrick.
Tell it to me,
Due
Josh.
to the cancellation of the Bills-Bengals game, the NFL has put it to a vote, which still hasn't passed yet, but they have suggested that if the Ravens beat the Bengals this week, and the Chargers win, effectively making the Ravens the 6th seed and the Bengals the 3 seed, because the Bengals are division winners, which we'll touch on in a second. Then the decision on whether to play that game in Cincinnati or Baltimore is going to be decided by a coin toss, and Zach Taylor is not happy at all.
Zach Taylor is not happy at all. Let me tell you what he said to the media, not us, because
we're not the media.
We're not part of the media, I guess.
No.
But what I can tell you is he was not happy. Basically, the Ravens come out today and they say, yeah, we really don't have an opinion either way. It is what it is, kind of types of deals.
Yeah.
But Zach Taylor goes, Bengals basically are not happy with the NFL changing the rules and not going by winning percentage. He says, quote, it's black and white. It's in the rule book, post quote.
Yeah, guess what? It's also in the rule book that each team plays the same amount of games, buddy. Like, the rule book is not going to be followed no matter how you do it. They have to. That's the thing that Bengals fans are so upset. Well, guess what? I want to make them more upset. And this is not me as a Ravens fan. This is me as
an independent journalist, right?
Okay, this is me as an independent journalist. If we're saying that it's a toss-up whether the Ravens or Bengals host the game,
right?
The coin flip should not be for the host city. It should be for the division. Because if we're saying the coin flip is the difference between the Bengals winning or losing, well, guess what? That would be for the division.
Well, and this all hinges on the fact that the Ravens can beat Cincinnati this weekend, which is unlikely, let's be honest. But say it happens. Wouldn't it be a little bit more fair to have the coin flip decide who's the 3 seed versus the 6 seed? It's all fun and games until things are potentially on the line and a 6 seed is going on the road having to play a different opponent or something like that. So I get it. It's an unprecedented situation.
Well, on top of that, think about this. Say Ravens somehow, miracle, win against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Chargers win. And then we coin flip. We're the host city.
Right.
And then next thing you know... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Wrong scenario. Back the
scenario up. What you're going to say is,
what I was
imagine the Ravens beat the Bengals this weekend and the Chargers lose against the Broncos.
There's 2 scenarios, a lot of scenarios here we're trying to play through. Right. Yeah, Chargers lose, and then we see the Bengals a later round in the playoffs. Are we going to do a coin flip then?
And it doesn't sound like it. And that's where I go, that sounds a little bit unfair to me, because if you're going to do the coin flip to determine who gets home field in the first round, say these 2 teams were to match up as 3 and 5 seeds in the AFC Championship.
Exactly.
Well, would we do a coin flip to determine who gets the home game at that point? Because potentially you can make the argument, since there would be a coin flip for the wild card round game, shouldn't there be a coin flip for the AFC Championship game? Because it's the same situation.
Exactly.
The Ravens,
no matter where we face the Bengals in the playoffs, it should be a coin flip, not just the first round wild card game. I'm be honest with you, Patrick. It's wild. It's going to be very interesting to see.
It's also like if the Ravens make a run here and they end up in a situation where another wild card team makes a run, the Ravens are sitting there going, "Well, we should be playing them at home."
Oh no, exactly.
So
because we'd be So say like now we might, depending on.
Look,
like,
I don't think the
is there a
Ravens
world where we can play? We match up against the 5 if we're the 6.
It could possibly happen in the championship game.
And then we should technically, I think, have the home game.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but there's a whole another aspect to this, Josh, where you have the potential for AFC neutral site championship games.
Not in Detroit, though.
Not in Detroit. Detroit is getting the turf changed in mid-January, so that option is not available to play games there.
No.
Ford Field obviously was not expecting a postseason run.
No, they weren't. But you're right. So Bills Chiefs could face each other in a neutral site.
Chiefs
Bengals could face each other in a neutral site. And it's like, what's the neutral site then? Like,
we don't know. Kurt Warner has to be very happy because he doesn't think weather should have any impact on games. So you imagine a neutral site field will probably be indoors or down in like Florida where the weather's nice or something. But
it's crazy. I mean, they're probably gonna do it. Let's be real. Like, would they make a team travel? So say, obviously, Chiefs and
say it's Chiefs Bills.
Say it's Chiefs Bills, right? East Coast time, Mountain.
East Coast and Central, I think.
Central. So, okay, so somebody's gonna have to travel time zones here.
Right.
So what's really neutral?
It's a great question, Josh. It's a great question because I think it's going to be Indianapolis is where they're going to end up playing. I just have a feeling that's going to be.
I could see that. I feel like that favors Kansas City fans. I think.
Does it?
I saw.
But if I'm Kansas City fans, and obviously this is a whole premise, even if I'm Bills fans, okay, the fact that you may be getting a home playoff game taken away from you is a little. It stings a little bit.
It stings a little bit.
I mean?
It's like
those are two really strong fan bases that give each other great home field advantages.
Well, I think they should just flip for that too.
Flip for the home field?
Yeah, how sick would that be? That would be the insane. It's like
right, but I think it should be best out of 3.
No. I think here's what they do. I think so maybe best out of 3. I think both teams should send like their whole teams to the airport, plane ready to go. Okay, and then each respectively, it's like planes broadcasted. They do the coin flip there.
Well,
and then it's like, okay, then you immediately see one have to get on another plane.
Well, I asked, does the coin flip get a primetime show last night?
I think so. I think we should make everything a coin flip this year. Just, if we're going to do one coin flip, why stop there? Like, watch this. Ready?
Boom. Go, Josh. Heads. I got heads.
Heads.
Boom. See?
Eighth wild card team. Right there.
Okay.
That's what the coin
said. The 8th wild card team.
Like that's the kind of decisions I think we should be making with the coin. But it is right. The NFL landscape is just, it's just, there's so many playoff scenarios right now.
There's so much.
And think about this, Patrick. There's one guy, and I'm just going to bring it up. Like,
let's bring it up.
Everyone needs somebody to win or lose, except for like a couple teams. But everyone needs somebody to win or lose this week. There's not one team that
except the Packers.
Yeah, Packers
are winning in.
Yeah, Packers are winning in.
Same with I think the Patriots winning in.
But like the Jets play the Dolphins, right?
Jets play the Dolphins,
and that's a game with huge stakes. And the Jets said, you know what? We got a guy who's built for the big games.
He is.
And we had a lot of quarterback controversy this whole year, right? You start the year with Joe Flacco. Then you go Zach Wilson. Then you go to Mike White. Then you go to Zach Wilson. Then you go to
Mike White again.
Streveler.
Oh, I forgot about Streveler.
You forgot about Streveler.
That was an electric half of football right there.
That was the best half of football I've ever watched.
Did you not hear the fans in MetLife that night? They were excited for Streveler.
Yeah, you people forget about Streveler. And then they go back to Mike White. Mike White sucks, in which we feel bad for him. We really do.
He's injured.
Injured, yeah.
He is injured.
He's forced to play on a tough situation. And then now the Jets are finally back to Joe Flacco. And I think Donald Trump agrees. He's an elite quarterback, and he should be playing in the biggest games.
And you know what? Week 18, playoffs on the line for Miami. Hey, it's Skylar Thompson versus Joe Flacco and a QB matchup for the ages that you have to take the Super Bowl MVP.
Well, it's so funny because that the owner of the Dolphins, right? He's obviously tampering.
Let's not forget he got suspended.
He gets suspended. He's forced half the year. When they're good, he's not there. Then all of a sudden he comes back and they're terrible.
Right.
He's basically like everyone's job's at stake. Like
I saw Mike McDaniel get fired.
Mike McDaniel, if he gets fired, I mean that's going to be
your punishment. Your punishment should be that you have to be the offensive coordinator for the Ravens. If you get fired, I think that has to be your punishment.
I think he needs a little bit. I mean, like I don't know if he could use what we have on offense, but basically, like if he gets fired, that's the biggest roller coaster a head coach has ever had, I think, in one season. Because literally the first half of the season,
it was boy genius.
I mean, he was the savior of Miami. He saved Tua's career. Everything was going right, and then in the last half of the season, it's like this guy stinks, and the loosey goosey, silly attitude during the press conference is great when you're winning. When you're losing, it's not the same.
It doesn't play as well. Look, I still think he's a really good coach. I mean, unfortunately, he's got Skylar Thompson starting for him.
They're starting. Is Tua going to play a game ever again, you think?
No, I hope so, man.
I don't. No. I don't hope so. I hope he says, "I'm going to take care of myself, take care of my future." And says, I'm going to go in the broadcast. And Tulia has a great career. And they can help each other out.
Can't wait. Next year, Heisman watch, Maryland. Mark it down. Tulia Tagovailoa.
Yeah. But the thing is, because when Tua got hurt, I mean, if the concussions are like exponential and they stack on top of each other.
Look, I'm not going to pretend to know.
And I know nothing about concussions. I did watch the movie Concussion starring Will Smith.
I did.
And I learned a lot, I think. But that being said, I just think, there comes a point where like it's time.
Question.
Answer.
I think some people at the time said that Will Smith should have got an Oscar nomination for Concussion for, his role of playing the doctor. Do you think the Chris Rock slap never happens if Will Smith receives an Oscar for Concussion? Oh, I'm just laying it out there. That's all.
That's a butterfly effect.
That's
a great question. I think if I had to guess, it happens.
So
Will Smith was looking to slap somebody, did
you see his eyes?
Will Smith, he wanted to slap somebody. Somebody's getting slapped that night. Speaking of careers that are being, what would you say? Not over. Resurrected. I'm trying to think. I had a transition.
The comeback.
We were talking about something, and there was a transition in my mind, and then the Will Smith thing threw me off. Transition. John Harbaugh being investigated.
Not John. It's Jim.
Jim Harbaugh.
Wrong.
I know.
It's Jim and John.
Jay Harbaugh.
Jay Harbaugh.
Michigan Jay Harbaugh being investigated. I say John Harbaugh every single day of my life.
And it's tough because their dad's name's Jack. So it's like Jack, John, Jim.
Jeez. That's a rough family. So Jay Harbaugh, he being investigated for recruiting
violations
during the COVID period, which I think is the dumbest thing of all time. First of all, every single coach is recruiting.
That's their job.
That's their top. Like, listen, you think that when COVID happened, they just said, nah, we'll take a pause. No, they're in line in the grocery store and the person checking out in front of them 6'5", 260, and they're like, hey man, you ever hear of Alabama? It's a great school, man. We got nice, we got hot tubs, we got saunas in the facilities. It'll be a great place for you to play.
Is that your Nick Saban?
No, I think that's like some random guy on there.
Not Jay Harbaugh.
Not Jay Harbaugh. Well, he's not recruiting Alabama.
No. So I guess like what happened is what it sounds like is when COVID happened, they put a recruiting freeze that you couldn't talk to anyone, right?
Yeah.
But everyone had to be talking to everyone still, right?
Gosh.
Like, I mean, that's like, even if you weren't traveling, like there were still Zoom conversations, I imagine. There was phone calls happening. Like,
what do we
imagine like telling someone that lives, breathes, and dies recruiting football. Yeah, you can't do it for a couple months.
Yeah, they're always recruiting. They're always selling. ABC always be closing. It's interesting because Jay Harbaugh, it's not really going to matter because some people are saying that he's heading to the NFL,
He's
which
having conversations.
is the dumbest decision in my mind. Like, dude, you're playing for Michigan, right?
All you got to do is beat Ohio State.
Once every 5 years. You don't even have to beat them every year.
And he's done it twice in a row now.
So he's a hero. He's got like a 10-year, extension waiting for him whenever he wants to sign it.
Right.
Indefinitely. And it's like,
Well,
dude, guess what? You're Michigan. You're going to get good players.
There would be nothing funnier than Jay Harbaugh going to the NFL, which would be the second tier Jay Harbaugh, because let's not forget, John beat him in the Super Bowl. Okay? So you get Jay Harbaugh, say he's on the Panthers or something, he's down there in Carolina. Things don't go good. Just goes right back to Michigan. Think about it.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Like wherever you like, dude, and also Jay, wherever you go, it's gonna be a crappy team. Like it's not gonna be a good team. You're gonna have to really work for it.
That's generally how it works in the NFL. It's the good coaches, like they keep.
And
coaching.
by the way, some of the job, like there's not that many head coaching opportunities these days. Like you're gonna have.
I'd argue there's only 32 of them in the world.
Well, no, but I'm saying like, okay, every year the Jaguars job was always open. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Every year the Detroit job was open. Not anymore. So it's the gimmies.
The gimmies are not there. Yeah.
Okay. You only got a few up. You can go to the Texans. That's going to be open for a little bit.
Maybe.
They
Jets, might hold on to Lovey. Jets, I think
I'm
they
sure
hold on to
Broncos might be a
Broncos
real possibility.
Are very open.
It's very open. Raiders not going to be open because
they don't have the money to.
They don't have. Hey, did we ever get an update on?
I would love an update on that story.
No, on what's his face's girlfriend?
Yeah, Mark Davis.
Mark Davis's girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I do have girlfriend news. I saw this on Twitter, so I don't know how verified. Aaron Rodgers apparently has a new girlfriend.
Blue. I know her. She dated.
I thought it was Mallory Edens.
What?
Who's Blue?
A new girlfriend?
Who's
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, who's Blue? I'm confused now.
Does he have two new girlfriends?
Is that why he's playing better?
I'm looking this up right now.
Is he playing better because he has a new girlfriend?
Hold up.
I thought it was Mallory Edens. She's the daughter of the Bucks owner, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay. Talk Patrick Stahl.
Yeah. So that would be an all-timer. Because look, Green Bay, I think, is only like what, an hour and a half from Milwaukee. Is this true? Who's Blue?
Okay, so wasn't he dating Blue of Earth for a while? Okay, so
I don't know, Josh.
So reported on December 13th, he was dating Blue of Earth, Charlotte Brereton.
And how do we know her?
She was dating Logan Paul's cameraman's.
Gotcha.
No, yeah,
she's in that
cameraman.
world. She was in that world.
She was in that world.
Okay.
And I'm not saying she's a witch.
But like she could have. Well,
like I'm not really sure if that's like an insult or compliment these days because some people say they're like
Aaron Rodgers.
Witch talk.
I would imagine that's probably in his. He likes ayahuasca.
Like very much like what you would imagine Aaron Rodgers' girlfriend to be, but like.
What's the girl from Divergent that he engaged?
Yeah, I know her. Yeah.
So like that's officially not a thing anymore.
No, it's been not a thing.
Yeah, but then I thought they got back together.
So wait, who's it now? He's got another.
Mallory Edens.
So you're telling me in the past
month,
not even December 22nd, did I say?
Said December 13th.
December 13th?
Boom.
To January 4th, 2 girlfriends rumored?
Today's January 6th.
Oh, this was published January 4th.
Oh. Wow, so this is old news that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, dang, Aaron. Good for you, I guess. Either has 2 girlfriends. The first one was completely here's our options. One of the rumors was completely false.
Okay.
Both of the rumors are completely false.
Or
both the rumors are true and one ended. Both the rumors are true and none ended.
Either way, Aaron Rodgers winning in.
Yeah, winning in. Good for him. People are saying Detroit's going to smoke them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I think I put them on my top 10.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. You liked the video, so that shows me a lot.
I did like the video.
You didn't watch it though.
I did, Josh. I did not watch the whole video. I will be completely honest with you.
So who's who? Okay, well, okay. Give me my top 10 right now. How close?
Well, I told how am I? I just told you I didn't watch the video.
Okay,
so I just told you, and now you're gonna ask me to tell you what the video is.
Whatever. Exactly. Fake fan. Patrick, you're a Georgia Bulldog.
Do you want me to unlike the video?
No, you
want me to unlike the video?
It feels like an insincere like. To be honest with you, it's like you
want me to unlike the video?
You really like? You did clearly you didn't like it.
I thought it was sporting brand, but okay. Okay,
but it's okay. I appreciate it. It's like my family.
You clearly don't appreciate.
No,
it
I do appreciate. I appreciate the like, but
you don't. That's the whole point of this conversation. You don't appreciate the like.
I mean, it's a minute of your life. I don't produce that much content.
No, I saw it and I said this looks produced well.
Thank you.
That being said, I didn't watch the video.
It's okay.
But I did like it.
Okay, well, it's okay. Well, it's a fine. You're a Georgia Bulldog, Patrick.
I am.
Mattress Mac. Over $3 million bet on TCU in this upcoming game. It's not good for the Bulldogs.
No,
I mean,
not.
Mattress Mac is hot right now.
Mattress Mac
cashed out one of the biggest cash outs in gambling history on the Astros.
You don't fade this guy. You ride with him. And he's putting 3 large ones on the TCU.
And what's the line, right? Is that money line?
I
think it's money line.
If it's money line, he's going to get a big payout because I think the spread's at 12 and a half right now.
I'm taking money line, to be honest with you. And
I like that, Josh.
It's controversial because I obviously love Georgia. We got a bunch of Georgia writers on the team.
Right.
The problem is that TCU just feels like a team of destiny, and
look at the Bengals last year. Though.
I don't know, but that wasn't real destiny because we all know that Matthew Stafford was the real team of destiny because of the leaving Detroit.
Okay,
but we all know.
Okay, so then if we're going to make this comparison, then Stetson Bennett's the real destiny, and he's going to win a 3rd national championship. One last year, one at JUCO, and one this year.
Okay,
if you want to take that spin zone,
that's fair.
Then that's what I'll give to you. Okay,
they just feel like they're just the team of destiny right now.
Team of destiny vibes on
Duggan
TCU
is balling. They're saying,
and here's the thing, Josh. Nobody expected them to get past Michigan, so they're playing with nothing to lose. Okay, they're playing with house money right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They go into that game. Yes, of course, there's going to be nerves. It's a national championship, but like no one expected them to be here. They weren't even ranked in the preseason. They're here to win a national championship. They got an absolute dog as a quarterback. They got a great wide receiver as Quentin Johnson.
Not a bulldog though.
Not a bulldog. He's a horned frog.
Horned frog.
Yeah.
Not a dog. Horned frog. I think it's kind of a weird mascot. Would beat a bulldog in a fight though.
I don't think. Well, it probably would beat Ugga. Have you seen the shots of Ugga on the sideline?
The old dog.
The bulldog.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything.
He just kind of sit there.
I mean, like I see bulldog.
Yeah. I mean, but
he's a good boy though. But
that's what you kind of get when he's probably spoiled. He probably
spoiled. He's got an air conditioning thing in his freaking hut.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet for him though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great life.
That's got to be a great life. But like I said, TCU, I think they're just. It's hard not to root for them. I think the whole country's rooting for them. Now we could be sitting here in a couple weeks. Now, if we had this conversation like 2 weeks ago, I'm saying Georgia's destroying TCU, but now it's just something's different. The air is different.
It's changed.
You know, this is that new year, new energy.
College football playoff championship games, whatever, national championship, they should not be allowed in LA anymore. Did you see they're not letting people tailgate?
They're what?
They're not letting people tailgate at SoFi.
Are you kidding me?
They're just not. Imagine a bunch of like passionate Georgia fans and passionate Texas fans all converge in LA, and they're there to tell them, yeah, no drinking beer in the park.
Oh my gosh. See, that's wild to me because that's literally like half of why you go to a sporting event.
Literally, it's part of the experience.
Part of the experience. Shame on Los Angeles. Why are they doing that?
I don't know, Josh. I just hope that people can get what they deserve when they go out there to watch a two-story programs play for the ages.
Man, that's tough, dude.
It is.
I think
it is tough.
Yeah, I think it should be a coin flip. Who gets to host?
Hey, okay, let's do it right now. Heads Georgia, tails TCU. Let's do it.
I just want to say
it's been going heads.
It's been going heads.
You see why I said heads Georgia?
Heads.
Boom. Georgia hosts in Athens Monday night.
Heads, man.
We'll
How do you get 3 heads in a row?
4, really.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys want to get it. Inside joke. So that's crazy. One last thing we got to touch on here, Patrick, because this is a subject I'm very passionate about, very invested in.
Yeah, tell me about it, Josh.
We are in a space race.
We are.
Right now. And it's a shame. So the 60s, obviously, space race with Russia. It's a big deal. We win because we're American.
Told I was a big deal. It was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
That's what we were told.
That was a big deal. We get there. Now, some people would say it's fake. Guess what? It's not fake. If you know anything about anything, it's not fake. First of all, I'm just going to say this.
Tell us.
Video production alone, it can't be faked.
Josh, I just watch. This is going to get flagged on TikTok if we put this out as a clip because it's going to be like a conspiracy thing. Didn't they like practice doing the moon landing at like Area 51?
I'm not sure if they practiced it. Did they? Like, what did they practice?
Like doing like the different because of the rock materials and stuff.
Yeah, so then that proves that we did it, right?
And wouldn't that prove that they just shot it at Area 51?
No, because here's the thing. Ready for this? Okay, so
Josh, I'm going to hit you with the age old question here. Why is the flag moving?
No. First of all, if you put the flag up, it's going to move. Okay, so I'm just going to educate you guys for a second. And I'm not the best at educating this, but I know a little bit. Okay, so when you have a camera lens, right, there's something called depth of field.
Really?
Okay. And so if you look at the shots that were generated on the moon, the only ways you can get that would be one, if you wanted to do back in the day, you want to do a miniature, right? But a miniature wouldn't work because for you to do a miniature, the miniature would have to be massive, right? Or your alternative is that you would need to be in a studio the size of like Delaware to be able to achieve that same effect. And I'm not sure if we have a studio the size of Delaware. I'm just saying the technology that they had back in the day, with the technology they had back in the day, they could not have achieved. They could not have faked.
Follow-up
is
question.
What I'm saying.
Follow-up question. Tell me how we had communication with a man on the moon, yet my Wi-Fi barely works in my house. I'm not
claiming to be.
You made the technology argument.
I'm claiming. The video production. I'm saying video production impossible. To fake.
That's all I'm saying, Josh.
They couldn't fake it here on Earth. I'd argue people still couldn't do it as convincingly.
Okay. Anyway, we're in a space race now.
So we're in a space race now. China trying to get to there to make it a territory. We have Puerto Rico. I'm pretty sure that the England has like Scotland.
No, yeah, definitely not that.
They only have Scotland.
No, but I don't think that's how
they
that
don't
works.
have Ireland.
I don't.
Wales. They have Wales.
No, that's the United Kingdom.
But it's England. England basically owns the United Kingdom. So England has the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And China's gonna have the moon. Which I know what you're thinking. Oh, no big deal. What are they gonna do with the moon? Yeah. What do you mean? What are they gonna do with the moon? They have the moon. Every time you sit there and you're looking up at the sky and you're dreaming and you're just like, man, one day I'm gonna
Chinese flag.
You're just gonna see a big Chinese flag up there.
Imagine if they were like, hey, we're gonna paint the moon.
They could. And what are we gonna do to stop them? And the biggest thing too is like, what are they gonna control the tides? No more surfing off the Malibu. That's gone. That's taken away from your life.
Imagine like you could just change that.
The thing is like they just have the moon. That's the problem. And we can't have that. The moon is for everyone. Oh, we out of camera?
Yeah.
Man. Watch. Okay, so watch this, guys. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom. We're back.
Plan 2. See, that's how you guys do this thing. That's it. We're a professional show here.
Professional show here. I just want to say, thank you for enlightening us on the new space race.
Absolutely, and
bringing it to our attention. It's not getting the mainstream media.
No, it's not. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. That's a show. It's a short show.
Oh, one last thing. Oh. I just want to say this. Congratulations to Jadeveon Clowney. Yes, he still plays for the Browns. He was told to go home from practice today after he told Cleveland.com that there's a 95% chance that he will not be with the Browns next year. So the Browns basically said, nope, you're not quitting. You're fired.
But what about that 5% chance, though?
Right. So it sounds like it's a 100% chance now.
Heads? No. Ready for this? Heads, Jadeveon Clowney stays with the Browns. Because
Tails is 95.
Because, by the way, statistically, the chances of another
heads is so unlikely.
So unlikely.
Right. Heads he stays, tails he goes.
Okay, here we go.
This ends the show.
Tails he goes.
Okay, easy enough.
Points at it. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Peace. Boom. Great show.
Okay, I gotta go.